For 40 days and 40 nights, they lied. They lied to our faces, even though I knew that they would have no backbone, that they couldn't stand in the fire if they needed to stand in the fire for us. This is a short-term high, and them lied to you. They did. Played in your face. While, yes, it's true, they were fighting for ACA, but I knew all along, but I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt that they wouldn't buckle, bend, or fold, that they would stand in the fire for the American people. But that's not what happened. So y'all enjoy y'all short-term high, because that's what it is, because it's gonna slap you in the face later.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow.
The last thing I want to do is to sit here in this 36-degree weather and come to you and give you fluff. What happened last night was insane. Now, people are celebrating what happened last night. People are celebrating because the government shutdown may be over this week because of a vote last night.
We have breaking news in Washington tonight where it appears a deal has been reached to end the government shutdown. You're going to take a live look at a live picture here of the Senate floor where senators just took a procedural vote to advance legislation to reopen the government. The bill advanced by a vote of 60-40, just barely meeting the 60 votes needed to keep it moving forward. Now that the bill has cleared this major hurdle, it's a question of when the bill passes, not if. The vote came after a handful of Democrats agreed to support the Republican bill that would extend government funding through the end of January. Some of those Democrats shared concerns about the devastating impact of the shutdown, now in its 40th day.
I'm happy that people who have been working for free, no one should have to do that, are going to have their paychecks again, hopefully before the end of the week is out. Now, mind you, it's going to take some time because it's still stages to it, but it's looking like it's going to be over. And while I should be jumping for joy and sharing in the excitement like this lady here.
Oh, hallelujah. It passed. It passed. 2.5 paychecks later, 20 shifts I've been working for free, and we finally might be reopening the government. Oh, hallelujah.
I'm gonna pump my brakes on that, because what some people are not saying is people who've been working for free for 40 days and for 40 nights, you have your paychecks back, but for how long? The bigger picture is the fact that that same paycheck that so many Americans need and deserve is going to be cut come 2026. Stay tuned for this video that I recorded yesterday, but for some reason it would not upload to YouTube, and maybe because I needed to put this in because this was going to go down last night. You know, the universe has a way of making things happen in a timely manner. So that being said, congratulations to all the furloughed employees. You now have your job back. Well, you're about to. Once this goes through, hopefully by Wednesday or whatever. I got a few clips in here that's going to break down exactly what happened last night. Way better than I could ever break it down for you or care to break it down for you. But what's most important is check out these people's stories in here about how high their insurance is, because this world that we're living in right now, this United States of America that I love so dearly, born, bred, cornbread fed in, is turning into the American Hunger Games. And if you remember that movie Hunger Games, and you haven't seen that movie Hunger Games, check it out again and check it out for the first time, because that's what's happening right now. the wealthy, the elite that are on top are manipulating us, having us against each other, having us, I don't like the reds, and I don't like the blues, and I don't like you because of your color, and I don't like you because of your gender, whatever the situation is. They have us pitted against each other. In the meantime, they're enjoying the games. They're enjoying the games. Tea and crumpet. They're enjoying the game. Okay, so don't be fooled. Stop being manipulated and pay attention to the fine details. Pay attention to what they're not telling you. When something seems too good to be true, look deeper, because there is an answer for it. And while we're going through what we're going through right now, for those of you who will get your SNAP benefits now when this goes through, the ones that haven't gotten it yet, and you know the courts stopped it, they put a pause to it until this takes place. Like I said, the universe has a way of showing you who people are, how they respond, how they act. So you need to act accordingly. Once you get your food stamps back in, remember, don't forget, don't have short-term memory. Remember how they made you feel. Remember how helpless you felt not knowing if you could feed your families. So take advantage of, not take advantage of the system, but if you are getting it, take advantage of it right now, because it's only good until September 26th, when it's going to be back to another government shutdown. And a matter of fact, this shutdown that's about to end may be started back up at the end of January for federal employees. So this is a short-term high that they have people swimming on right now, because people are, oh, I'm gonna get my check, I'm gonna get my check. Great, kudos to you, and you deserve it because you worked for it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pay attention to what they're not telling you. Seek answers to the questions that you have in the back of your mind, but you're trying to push them off because you're like, oh no, this ain't nothing, this ain't nothing. It's something. It's always something. Okay? And the wealthy and the higher ups, they're always going to get ahead because they have special interests out there to make sure they get ahead, that vote for their agenda. Their agenda is not our agenda. Our agenda is to just be able to work, get paid for what we work for, get paid what we deserve to get paid for working, because honestly, we wouldn't have to worry about all these high prices of this, of the food, of the gas, of the insurance, if they were actually paying people what they're worth. But they're telling us what we are worth by what they are paying us. Pay attention and check this out.
Senate just took a major step in ending the longest government shutdown in history. Now, I want to be very clear. It is a long way from being over, but what just happened tonight is a significant step forward, and we could see the end of this government shutdown by the middle of this week. 3 important things you need to understand. First and foremost, no, ACA, Affordable Care Act subsidies, are not part of the deal to reopen the government. 2, we are going to be right back here in another government shutdown at the end of January in just 2 months. And 3, the filibuster will stay intact in the Senate. So let's talk about the progress that was made tonight. Final vote was 60 to 48 Democrats joined the Republicans and voted.
I need you to remember these names because they're up for re-election. Act accordingly. They sold you out and asked you for what? What did we get from it?
Yes. They are Senators Durbin of Illinois, Kaine of Virginia, Shaheen of New Hampshire, Hassan of New Hampshire, Cortez Masto and Rosen of Nevada, Fetterman of Pennsylvania, and the independent Senator Angus King of Maine. Here's what this deal includes. Number 1, reopen the government with a continuing resolution. Important, this is not the same continuing resolution passed by the House in September. The deal that will likely pass the Senate will expire instead on January 30th. So setting up a brand new government shutdown for January 30th. The House version would have expired on November 21st. So if this deal passes, both the House and the Senate, all federal workers will go back to work and get paid, and essential workers who have been working throughout this shutdown will get back pay. 2, this plan would fully fund SNAP and WIC benefits for the rest of the fiscal year, which is through September of 2026. 3, it blocks President Trump from going through with any more federal worker layoffs until January 30th. And it reverses the thousands of layoffs that Trump already pushed through, dating back to the beginning of this government shutdown, which is October 1st. So all of those thousands of workers who have been let go since the government shutdown started will get their jobs back. And 4, Senate Majority Leader John Thune has promised that he will give Senate Democrats a vote on the Senate floor to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies before the second week of December. But here's the catch. That doesn't mean it's a guarantee that it will pass. It just means it's a vote. And here's the thing. The vast majority of Democrats hate this deal, including most of the House Democrats and the House Minority Leader who says he's going to fight it. They are all pissed off. Why? Well, if by some miracle the ACA subsidies do pass in the Senate with 60 votes, which is a long shot, House Speaker Mike Johnson has not promised to do anything. So if the ACA subsidy bill miraculously passes the Senate, Speaker Johnson could very well not allow it to go to the House floor for a vote. As for what's next, in the Senate, there will be several more votes before this deal can be passed and then sent over the House. And then the House is going to have to pass it too. But don't forget, they've been on recess for almost 2 months. So it's going to take them a day or two to even get back to Washington, D.C. Then there will be a vote, and hopefully this shutdown can end by the middle.
This nation's supposed to be great again because it's getting worse.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows.
We're going to have real discussion today because it's November and November is open enrollment. I've been putting off looking at policies to see if the insurance that I had is what I want to stay with, which I already know that it is not, because when I got this insurance, which was this year, and it was outside of enrollment, it was all that was available, it really did not pay for enough of anything. And y'all know I have medical issues, okay? I have lupus, I have fibromyalgia, I have high blood pressure, and I'm trying to get off of the medication for the blood pressure and cholesterol because, 1, all these recalls that's going on. 2, I just want to be off of them. That's less I have to go to the doctor to be seen. Now my husband, back up. In March, my husband had a heart attack, okay? Thankfully, he is a veteran, but he only gets 10% disability, okay? Every time we try to get 100% disability, they don't give it to you. So he only gets 10%, but he can get seen at the VA hospital and it does not cost him anything. But there are sometimes he may need to go outside of the VA hospital to be seen. And so that is going to cost. But he's been getting by with going to the VA. Now, as for me, I have United Health, okay? And I'm not giving them no shout out, but that's who I'm with. And that's all that I could get at the time outside of open enrollment. That was more reasonable price, even though it was almost $400. It was still cheaper than the insurance that I had out of pocket, y'all, okay? Because I am self-employed. My husband is self-employed. He's a truck driver. Out of pocket, I was paying like $800. That was like for all of us the year prior. And I'm like, I can't sustain that because, you know, the money is not the same. The money is not moneying, you know, we have bills, we have all of that. And then when he got sick, guess what? You're not working. So for people who say, oh, it does not affect you, that people are losing their SNAP, which we don't get that, but people are losing their SNAP. Oh, that don't affect me. People losing their Medicaid. Oh, that don't affect me, you know. But this will affect you because you are getting health insurance, hopefully. And if you're not getting it, it's still going to affect you. You're still going to pay a lot of money. All this Make America Healthy Again. What is Make America Healthy Again if you don't have health insurance to have preventative care? So how many people are going to not be paying their health insurance because they just can't afford it? I literally had to And I didn't cancel mine. Now, I'm going to show you some videos. A lot of people say they're going to cancel their insurance or they can't afford it. You name it, old, young, in between. Everybody's talking about it because it's affecting everybody. I honestly don't know a soul this is not going to affect unless you are a person who does have 100% disability. You were in the military, so you get that benefit of things. Even young adults turning 25, 26 rather, once they hit that number, that magical number in which if they hit it next year, they got to get insurance now for next year. So insurance rates are going up out here, and a lot of people are stressing. This is going to cause illness because stress causes illness in your body.
My husband and I are in the same boat as so many people right now, and I just logged in to our health insurance provider, and I can't even in July of 2025, our health insurance premium went from $59 a month to $798 a month. And since it is now open enrollment, I just logged in to our health insurance to see what, if we stay on the same plan, what our premium is going to be for 2026. $1,208.91 a month. Our family deductible has gone from $0 to $11,900. Our primary care copays have doubled. Our urgent care copay went from $10 to $60. Our generic prescription copay has doubled. And this is coming off of the fact that my husband just had to have a prescription filled that is supposed to be covered by insurance. And you want to know what the copay was on that after insurance? $1,200 for a prescription, on top of the $798 health insurance premium that we just paid.
Let me show y'all my address. My insurance. But just opening my mail for my insurance that is renewing for 2026. Right now, I pay $122 per month for health insurance. Beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be, beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be, mind you, I pay $122 right now per month. Starting January, I will be having to pay where is it? You see that? $853.05 for health insurance. I'm going from paying $122 per month to $853.05 per month for health insurance. They have absolutely lost it. Guess what? A lot of people is about to be without health insurance. Because ain't no way. I'm self-employed and I'm not about to pay $853 for health insurance. And that's just for me. This is completely insane. What is going on?
I was in the hospital this year. My husband had a heart attack in March. Then months later, I was in the hospital. My blood pressure was out of control. So they put me in a hospital for a couple of days to try to get it, you know, back to where it needed to be. So this is life or death for so many people, and not being able to have insurance is going to hurt, is going to kill people. And all this, you know, we are good patriots and make America healthy again, while all the while taking taxpayer dollars and sending it to other countries so they can have health care, so they can have food, so they can have all the benefits that they say that we are just asking for a handout for over here, which paying your own health insurance, especially if you are self-employed like us, ain't no handout in that. Even if you are working for a job, because people like to say, well, then don't be self-employed, go work for somebody. Who do you think paid that? The job pays the majority of that so that you don't have to pay a lot of it. But with the health insurances, and I told y'all months ago that the health insurance was going up in 2026. Nobody want to hear it until it's actually happening, I guess. But it is happening, and it is now open enrollment. And so many people are flooding social media with their stories about how they were paying this small amount, which was still a lot, every 2 weeks, not every month, and now they're paying this amount, doubling. How are they supposed to pay that every 2 weeks coming directly out of their check? They don't even get to see it. Still have rent or mortgage, lights, water, cell phone bills, car notes, car insurance, all of these things, co-pays when you go, depending on the plan that you have and how much you pay for copay. How are people supposed to survive this? When I tell you, this is so frustrating. What's in your plan is to cut the Affordable Care Act, which makes it Unaffordable Care Act. Whether they have Affordable Health Care Act out there or they don't have Affordable Health Care out there. These major companies, like I'm sitting in a Walmart parking lot now. Guess what? Everybody higher up, everybody who owns shares and all that stuff, they have insurance. They're okay. They're not worrying about if their employees have insurance. Yeah, they supply and have that there for them. But guess what they do to keep from paying? They reduce your hours to the point where you don't qualify. So if you full-time, guess what? Your hours might be getting cut.
About my health insurance nightmare. So I got my letter yesterday from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, and my health insurance premium is going to go up from $218 a month to $1,408 a month. Yeah. That's a 546% increase on my health insurance. And it's particularly galling to me because I watched Dr. Oz stand in the White House press briefing room yesterday, and when asked by the press corps about these letters everyone was receiving all across America about these astronomical increases, he said that it was not true, that no one was receiving more than a $50 increase.
Mine went up $230 a month. I don't think I could pay that. I might be having to go without health insurance. I feel just defeated, just so angry. You know, ever since I've been paying my own health insurance since the age of 26, it's only gotten more and more expensive, and less things have been covered, to the point where I'm literally moving to an entirely new country.
Today, my job released our open enrollment. It started today. I am currently paying $240 every 2 weeks for health insurance for a family, correct? Now, that does not include my vision, dental, 401k, or disability. So when you add all of those in, I'm paying about $550 every 2 weeks for my entire family to have medical, dental, vision. I have disability coverage, and I also contribute to my 401k. We just got our benefits for next year, What I'm currently paying $240 every 2 weeks for is going up to $709 every 2 weeks. That does not include my 401k, my vision, my dental, my disability insurance. How can I possibly survive paying $1,500 just in medical coverage? They already kicked our spouses off of our coverage because they said if your spouse can get insurance through their job, we're cutting them off. So not only did you cut them out, it tripled. $700 just for medical benefits every 2 weeks. I'm not even talking about a month. This is bi-weekly. How is this? And I work in medical. How is this fair? How does this work for anybody? I can literally cry. I have a daughter that's graduating college next year. I have a daughter that's getting married next year. On top of that, we have to live. How? How can anybody live spending just $1,500 a month just in healthcare that doesn't cover our dental, that doesn't cover our vision? On top of that, there's a $2,000 deductible and a 20% co-insurance. So either way, anytime we go to the doctor, anytime we do anything, we got to come out of pocket. On top of what I'm already paying. When in the is this nation supposed to be great again? Because it's getting worse.
And I just retired in June from 25 years of teaching.
My name is Bartley Armitage. I've been in Eugene, Oregon for most of 45 years. I was a union carpenter for over 30 years and still a member of the Carpenters Union.
Our current premium is $443 a month.
Through the ACA.
Through the ACA, and which is manageable for us, both retirees. However, it's going up to $2,224 a month. We are kind of in shock. That's without the subsidy. With the subsidy, it's manageable for us. We still live paycheck to paycheck, but it's manageable. The Affordable Care Act, we sort of counted on that in the interim period as retirees to sustain our health care. Without the subsidy, we honestly don't know what we're going to do.
Without the subsidy and with that kind of increase, it's like buying another house and trying to pay for two houses at the same time. Yeah, so we don't know what we're going to do exactly. We don't know how we're going to have some health insurance and be able to afford it on a monthly basis.
The thing that gets me the most is that both of us have worked our whole lives. I always had faith that our government would, when we retired.
The government, that our leaders would have a heart and try to find a way to help everyday Americans.
What I would say is this government should be about we the people, not about...
People are frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm nervous about looking for insurance during this open enrollment because United Health is who I am with, even though I haven't paid it in 2 months. And it was like, you have until November, yada, yada, to pay it. It's like you feel under duress. And that was just insurance for myself. When I was paying $800, almost $900, a year and a half ago with United Health, mind you, and that was during open enrollment. That was like for the family. That was, myself, my spouse, my 2 children that were, my daughter she's still in the house, and my son, he was in college. So it's like, that's a lot of money to be kicking out. And in trucking, it's not about, go get a job and you'll have health insurance. Because like I said, even with these jobs and people who have health insurance, they're going through it because the insurance companies are raising the prices, the premiums, the subsidies are not there. So it's not going to cut you any kind of break. It's not going to cut the company any kind of break. So the company, in order to cut themselves a break, they're maybe either going to let you go, with these companies letting go employees. United Health is under investigation. I had no idea, found that out in doing this research, that they're under investigation by the Trump administration, and they are one of the largest health insurance companies out there. Okay, and that's who I'm with. And so, yeah, I'm going to look and see what other plans they have now that it's open enrollment, and pray that I find something, because I have to not only do myself, I have to get insurance for my 19-year-old. And I don't know if I'm going to put my spouse on it, being realistic, because he does have, you know, access to the VA hospital and to getting his diabetic medication and whatever else he needs for his heart, you know, medication and stuff like that. But this stuff is life or death out here. And I'm nervous about even branching out and going to look at like Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, after seeing that woman talk about how her premiums have gone up. Who can afford that, plus mortgage, plus all this other stuff? You know, and while I am venting, I'm not the only one out here. And I hate to even call it venting, but I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Although I'm losing weight because I'm trying to get off this medication, because I don't want to be paying it. And like that one couple, I don't even know if it recorded for y'all, but they were talking about it will be easier for them to set money aside and pay that way than to pay the insurance company hundreds of thousands of dollars, like $48,000 a year they're paying, and still having $6,000 co-pays that they have to meet before it, you know, kicks in. So insurance is confusing enough, and then adding this to it is just crazy to think about. But I'm not gonna let it stress me, because stress brings on so many other illnesses. Your body is just gonna start breaking down, honestly, and it makes you more susceptible to illness, which then what? So y'all take care, definitely stay safe. Get out there, and what you can afford to stock up, because that food stockpile is your insurance policy for all the other crap that's going to be hitting us in 2026. Okay, the countdown, we on the countdown now for 2026. It's like already hitting the fan. Is really going to hit the fan. How much longer can people go through what they're going through in the United States? And I feel like it's all a part of the plan, because the only people that are winning in this situation are the people who are creating these laws, are the people who are changing the rules, are the people that's on top in secret clubs, plotting and planning how they can make America the Hunger Games. That's what we're living in. And I never thought I would see the day that Marjorie Taylor Greene would say the things that she just said. Check this out.
I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy, because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe
Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus. And I think that's a failure. I do.
Board, it's crushing people. The cost of living is gone so high in the past 4.5 years, and it hasn't come down. Rent is unaffordable. You can't buy a home. A lot of people don't even know if they'll ever be able to buy a home. But insurance premiums are unbelievably high.
Up and to the right.
Yep, and they're looking to go up. Not only people on the ACA, but people that have private plans as well. This is the #1 issue I hear about in my district. I work for Georgia's 14th district, and so I'm willing to take off team jerseys, so to speak, right now and call it literally like it is. This is a crisis in America, and I really want to work on it.
So privately, are you hearing Republicans tell you, yeah, you're right, or have you not heard that yet?
I've only talked to a few people today. They agree with me. But to be honest with you, since the government is shut down, we haven't had much conversation, much communication at all within our conference.
Remember the movie Hunger Games? Literally, they want us fighting against each other. Remember, they had to go out if they want to survive and have food or whatever for their families. They had to survive this game. They had to take each other out. They had to go after each other until they realized we really on the same side here. We need to be going after them. We need to be making them change what they're doing to us. That's what it is. We're in the Hunger Games in America.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water.